Good morning. It's Megan here, the Healing Foods Coach, coming to you from my room, Thursday, the 18th of September. It's about 6:45 a.m. here in England, and I hope you're all doing well. I've come to notice recently that my internal clock has me up around 5 o'clock every morning. Now, I'm usually in bed between 9 and 9:30, so that obviously helps. But I'm really enjoying these early starts. For me, it's a time where I get to spend focused time with in prayer with God as a Christian. Now, you may not be Christian. You may have a different faith, a different religion that you follow, or even just more of a spiritual approach, um, whatever it might be. And if that's the case, mornings can still be um, so helpful. Whatever our faith may be, whatever our faith background may be, or spiritual background may be. For me personally, as a Christian, I've really been enjoying it. Just a time to watch the sunrise every morning, to appreciate nature, to spend time in prayer, meditation, listen to some really great podcasts, or read scriptures, and it's been really helpful with my mindset. Now, it may not seem like it's linked, but it actually helps me in my mindset as I just live my carnivore life. And I know it helps my husband as he lives his keto life. And it helps our son as he lives his low carb life, just to focus on the greater power. So for me, that's God. Um, and really just realize how every bit of food I eat nourishes me, every ounce of me, all the muscles, all the ligaments, all the tissues, how my blood flows, how my heart pumps, how my lungs expand in and out with air. And just to see that as he's provided the food that nourishes me, which is a beautiful, I think, sort of continuing circle, if you will. And it's amazing. And for me, continuing on this carnivore life just over 5 years, just reaffirms my faith in God. And for many people in their whoever their spiritual higher power is. Because I think honestly, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have even thought about keto or remembered it or heard about it from my sister-in-law. I wouldn't have tried it. And in trying it, I would never have been led to a carnivore diet. I would still have been eating all the horrible things I did. I would still be in chronic, horrible pain from fibromyalgia. I would still be living with severe limited mobility at home, unable to really function well, with brain fog, with full-blown IBS, with severe anxiety and depression, and in a wheelchair. And none of that is true anymore. It's taken time. It didn't happen in, a couple of days or a few weeks or even a few months. It's taken years, but I'm in a full-time job. I walk to work every day, good 15-minute walk every day, home and back, to work and back, you know what I mean? And I love it. And I seem to be doing well at it from what I've been told. I get up with energy. I don't have brain fog. I don't have chronic pain. I'm off all my pain medications. Um, I've, taken control over my severe anxiety, over my depression. I haven't had to take medication for 2 years, thankfully. Having said that, I know some people require it. And if you do, take it. Luckily, I was able to manage mine so well after my dietary changes. I was able to come off of my antidepressants. Not everybody can, and some people definitely shouldn't. I got lucky. I was able to do that. I've been off pain medication for 2.5 years, which I never thought would be possible. I can walk several miles at a time. I don't usually because I'm now at work full time, but I could. My power wheelchair is sitting in the garage, literally collecting dust as I try to sell it because I haven't needed it for 2 years. It's been 2 years since I last needed my wheelchair. That to me is amazing. I still have fibromyalgia. Okay, that will be something I have forever. However, I'm completely symptom free, certainly from the brain fog. The only time pain flares up is if I get really gung ho and I try to do too much cleaning at once in the house. If I'm too active, like if I try to walk too long, or if I stand for ages and ages, for more than 45 minutes to an hour, then I start to get aches in my back and in my legs. But it's minor. I do some stretches or I sit down, And I still don't require pain medication for it, which is fantastic. So it can flare up if I'm not careful, but doing everyday life and activities, I don't suffer. And that's a beautiful thing. I still technically, I still have irritable bowel syndrome. However, um, not because of my diet. I've cut out caffeine. I avoid milk and dairy products other than butter. And that's made a huge difference. I avoid plants because I don't do well with them, as I've shared in other videos. If I slip up and decide to eat a small piece of cheese or have a cappuccino once a year on my birthday, I feel the effects because I'm lactose intolerant. A couple weeks ago, I decided to have a spoonful of blueberries, paid for it, which just shows me I can't have it. But otherwise, food wise, I don't have IBS symptoms. It can still be triggered if I get severely stressed out. Now, I work in a super busy call center, and I'm getting used to that level of stress, just taking calls after calls, because that's the environment. So that doesn't affect me as much. But if I'm dealing with a difficult customer, or I have to learn a new skill and have to do training, or things come up that cause me some stress or anxiety, I can feel myself starting to get bloated. I know that I'm going to probably be constipated for the day, or I might be having stomach pains from the IBS. So I'm learning how to try to manage and offset that anxiety and those stresses. But stress is still a part of life, but it's becoming less of a factor in my IBS. So I still have it, and I still have to be careful, and I can never go back to plants or the processed stuff I used to eat. I still have to stay away from milk and dairy products because I'm lactose intolerant. Um, but when I do those things and I learn to manage and reduce my stress, when I do have a reaction that affects my IBS, it's much more minor, and it doesn't last for days on end or weeks on end or months on end. It might last for a couple of hours, and then it starts to ease off as I get used to dealing with stress and handling it better as I go through my life. But the reason I wanted to share that is because just because I still technically have these conditions, they don't hold me back anymore. And that is truly amazing. And I would dare say miraculous, because honestly, 5.5 years ago, there was no way out. And yes, carnivore was out there, had always been out there for years. I mean, that's the way humans used to eat millennia ago, but I didn't know about it, never heard of it. And honestly, as I've shared in other videos, I just one day had this whispered thought in my head when I was desperate, when I was sick and tired of being sick and tired and painfully bloated and constipated for months on end and in agony and at 220 pounds, well, 225 pounds really, um, horrible pain, limited mobility, massive brain fog, couldn't work, felt hopeless. Um, this little thought popped in my head: oh, try keto. Because my sister-in-law had tried it and it worked for her. It just came out of nowhere. Well, not nowhere. I personally think God sort of planted that little thought in my mind. And that led me to carnivore. And from there, as I followed the diet, God healed me by me eating a nutritious, healthy way of life that took out all the other stuff that was bad for my body and allowed my body to heal, because that's how He designed us. He designed us so that we could heal almost everything that we come into contact with. Now, not everything, okay? Our defenses can only do so much up to a certain point. And when you're constantly pouring poison in, like added sugars and seed oils and processed junk and etc., and you then develop things like hypertension, prediabetes, fatty liver disease, your body can no longer cope, and it cannot fight off the other infections or things that you have. That's just what happens, right? So I was not helping my body, but God, I'm still amazed. It's been 5.5 years. I have mobility. Not only that, I have energy. I have joy. I have a clear mind. My skin is cleared up almost fully. My rosacea is starting to ease back a little. Again, work stress, everyday work stress. So it's kind of there as a trigger from the stress, but it's so much better than it was a year ago. And it might just be something I deal with. I don't know. But my skin's mostly cleared up. And overall, I don't deal with ongoing IBS issues every day. It seems like a weird thing to share, but I have actually regular bowel movements almost daily or at least every other day. Good ones. After being constipated for months at a time. That's a miracle. Seriously, that's amazing to me. Um, but that's the joy I feel today. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, this is from my perspective, my personal view as a Christian. Um, that's where I'm coming from. Now, again, I totally respect the fact not everybody is a Christian or perhaps even has a faith. Maybe you're more spiritual or about creation or nature around you, and that's cool. That's absolutely fine. I'm just sharing from my perspective. That's how I feel about things, and I'm just so grateful. And I would say to people too, whether you believe in God or a greater creator or, any of that or not, there's no denying that that I have healed amazingly in the last 5.5 years. There's no denying it. Okay. At all. The evidence is in me. um, and it's there. I would say that my fibromyalgia is will it ever be completely gone? No, but it's in what I would call a remission state. As is my IBS, as is I still deal with anxiety at times. We all do, but the crippling anxiety, that's gone, and the depression, definitely gone. Um, Not that it couldn't crop up again. I'm not so naive as to think, oh, it's gone forever. I'll never struggle. I don't know. It could come up. Life things could happen in my life that might make me feel depressed. It happens. That's cycles of life, but not to the extent it was. And for that, I'm truly grateful. I have truly battled through and overcome bulimia after 30 years of being trapped in either active bulimia or that horrible mindset. And that was a combination of getting the inflammation and the junk out of my diet, but also going to God more in prayer and meditation and seeing that there's a great plan for my life. Even if I can't see it, there is a plan. And it's unfolding as we speak. So that's pretty incredible. But I know this is a longer video, but I wanted to share that with you guys just out of gratitude, just coming from my heart, sharing that with you all. I don't know if any of this is helpful or not, but I just wanted to make this video and share that with you guys. Thank you as always for your incredible support and love, because you guys are amazing. And I really do thank you for all of that. I just wanted to thank you and make this video today just as one of great gratitude. And I'll probably have shorter clips over the next few days of quick little videos, my dogs or making breakfast, whatever, the things you guys seem to like to watch. And thank you for that. But I just wanted to share something that was from the heart and real on this Thursday. So I do hope you're all doing well. And if you're not, I hope you do well soon. And I really am so thankful for all of you as my followers, my supporters. You guys are amazing, truly. You guys makes me realize I'm not just sharing things out into an empty void, that there are real people that are seeing these or hearing these, and I'm hoping they're helpful. Maybe they're funny, maybe they're inspiring, maybe they're encouraging. I don't know, but thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you guys have great days. Yeah, I hope you guys all have great days. I hope you all do well. Thanks for watching. I know I can ramble a bit, but thank you for sticking with it. As always, guys, that's it for now. I will be back with more content hopefully very soon. Take care. All my love and all my thanks. See you guys in the next video. Bye for now.